Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Notice yesterday, Double A Chattery dropped.
It's a really interesting one because I read an article about a new industry that's being forged in the States, and it's the panic industry. Companies are helping people deal with their panic. This is $1 billion industry. What they're doing is they are building things like moats that can be set on fire. People are asking to have fireplaces built in their house that move to the side and you go into an underground bunker where there's a gun range. People are putting panic rooms in their homes, and these aren't just big richies. These are people who don't have that much money, but lots of people are living in constant fear. And their fear is really, it's about stuff that it's pandemics, financial collapse, civil unrest, nuclear war. There's a heightened level of anxiety and fear. And I think we all feel it. That's the thing. Even in Australia, if you're not building a bunker, we're all living with this heightened anxiety at the moment. Do you feel it? We're all feeling it.
Well, yeah, but I've been doing this for a long time. Been reading newspapers and stuff every day. I've been in the media since I was 21. And I remember there was a time when it used to get to me, but now I sort of compartmentalize everything.
Well, you're lucky.
I read the newspaper and I go, well, it's not. I know how news works. I know what they do to get you to get in. The negative news sells, for example.
Of course it does. It
That's
makes you
why
lean in.
into, yeah.
You lean in, and people have this in their faces with social media every day. It's interesting because the podcast I do with Anita, she's a forensic psychologist, and I love picking her brain on things like this. And she said there's a difference between rumination and anger. Rumination this is what you do not want to be doing. Mm-hmm. This is a constant state of going round and round with no solution, heightened, all your senses are heightened with no release. It's a horrible way to be. But if you can pinpoint what your emotions are around any particular topic, if it's anger, then you can make your way through.
So in a strange way, Amanda, anger is a gift. We don't get angry about things that aren't important to us. And so I think that if we are at the very least, we can kind of examine the things that we get angry about, because really they're often the things that are important to us.
So, for example, if climate change is you're feeling like you can't do anything, it's winding you up, even doing things on a very small level, organising your recycling, just these small things that you feel like, or join a group, you feel like you're moving through. It's rumination where you're stuck. So examine why you're feeling the way that you were feeling. And I asked her, with all the world's horror in our faces, is it okay to step away? Is it selfish to make it about yourself? Because you can look at Gaza and just want to cry. And then, as you say, do something that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Is it selfish not to wear the pain?
I think that there's a huge difference between being selfish and self-care. And I think self-care is a requirement. There's that old saying about when you're on the airplane, if those masks come down, make sure that you put it on yourself first before you put it on your child or, somebody who may be disabled next to you. Because if you can't take care of yourself and you pass out from lack of oxygen, then you can't help anybody else. And I think that that's an excellent, way to move through the world.
So it's okay to look away.
It's okay to look away. It's okay to take care of yourself.
And when she says take care of yourself, it's not something trite like have a bubble bath, which it might be. Yeah. It's more, maybe switch off your phone, go for a walk, reach out to a friend, do what you need to get out of the rumination. But, she kind of also puts it in a context that as a human race and as human beings, we've been through hard things before.
We've been through difficult times before and survived. And, like when World War II started, nobody knew what was in store. Nobody knew how or if it was going to end. And yet it did, and people survived through it.
It's true. We've got too much information, perhaps.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Look at why you're feeling the way you are. I learned a lot from that myself. And if you're feeling angry and you want to be angry, enjoy it. But if you want to move through it, there are ways to do it.